Okay, so in the process of taking out the existing winch mount of this Sportsman, and I guess keep in mind and remember again that the 2020 Sportsman, Polaris Sportsman, is one of only less than a handful of machines that require you to replace the winch mount to be able to attach the front mount to the machine. So I'm glad we were able to do an installation on this 2020 Sportsman so that we could see this step and some of the things that present itself. One of the things in this case that I noticed after taking out the winch, the existing winch mount that comes with the Sportsman, is that the solenoid, actually the solenoid for this winch is right here. The solenoid mounted to the back of the winch mount, right about like that. So one of the things obviously that we need to take care of then is that we need to find for the new winch mount, which this is the new winch mount, how to attach or where to mount the solenoid. So one of the things that I decided to do is I decided to design up a new mounting bracket specifically for the solenoid and make it a universal mounting bracket that would not only help for this instance, but would also be a benefit for mounting the ground force winch solenoid, which actually this is. So, and when we look at mounting the solenoid for the winch that's on the lift frame of the ground force system, we'll look at it again. But in this case, what I ended up doing is taking two of these L-shaped brackets and bolting them together, attaching them to the bottom of this new winch mount, and you can see there's holes drilled here for the solenoid itself, so we can mount it in three potential locations, here, here, and here, depending on how much room we have behind the winch mount on the machine. So I just wanted to be able to show everybody this is a potential issue that needs to be dealt with when replacing the winch mount. Again, fortunately there's not many front mount attachments that require you to replace the winch mount, but gladly this is one that we get to show in an installation video and show you our solution. Okay, so we've completed the front mount installation, and I wanted to make a couple comments. The front mount was very straightforward, quite simple to install, just 6 bolts, maybe took 20 minutes to install. The winch mount was a little bit more difficult. It's tight. Everything is really tight inside the frame to get this in place. Took me maybe, I would say, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours total. Mainly because I had everything put together and tried to push it into place. There's just four bolts that attach to the frame, and I tried to get it in place, and it wasn't gonna fit. It was hitting the transfer case, so I had to pull everything back out, disassemble it, and put it back together to get it to fit properly. So one of my primary comments is if you own this machine and you will need to use two of these brackets with to be able to mount the solenoid on the back side, the inside of the winch itself. A couple of pointers. You will need to bolt these two together so that the outside two holes line up like that. That was one of the things that I didn't do. I had it too low initially, and that was one of the reasons it didn't clear the transfer case. You'll need to mount the solenoid in this position. I initially had it mounted in the center hole instead of the inside hole, and then you want to make sure that there's just a little bit too much material sticking out from the edge of the solenoid. So I only used the inside holes, and you can bend this down. It bends pretty easily along this slot. So you can bend that down and get it to clear. And then when you bolt it onto the winch mount itself, you want to make sure that you have these brackets pulled forward as far as you can. And that combination of modifications and how you put everything together will allow you to clear the transfer case housing. So really all I have to do at this point is reattach the bumper, and the front installation is complete, or the front mount installation is complete.